Hi, welcome to MadisonKink.com's advice column. I'm Jay Blevins.
And I'm Jasmine St, and we're systemic therapists from Madison, Wisconsin. And today we are going to answer an email overall about triggers and how to handle that situation.
Right, the email we got was from a dom who said was in a scene with his submissive, and we're going to call the submissive Steve just for clarity here.
Okay.
And Steve got lost in the scene. We would define that as probably got triggered. And did not safe word out when he needed to, and play continued when he would have preferred it to stop. When the scene was finally done, it became clear, and Steve feels he violated a cardinal rule of their relationship, that he is to always use a safe word when necessary, and feels he should be punished. The dom feels that that's unfair, that Steve had an abusive dom in the past, and that he got lost in the scene and kind of mentally reverted back to being with that dom, and that took over his behaviors, and that this wasn't actually a violation of the rule. But he also feels like he has a responsibility to appropriately follow through on his rules, that he will punish his sub when a rule is violated. So he's got a dilemma of how to do this. He doesn't want to cause more harm. He doesn't necessarily think something needs to happen, but Steve insists it does, and he doesn't want to send a double message to Steve.
All right, well, first things first, Steve's dominant. You are doing an awesome job. You are being considerate and healthy and making sure that you are not traumatizing. So good for you on reaching out and saying, hey, I don't want to replicate something. I don't want to come from a negative place. I'm not interested in making my submissive feel bad about themselves. So that is terrific. So what we look at is the potential for what we're thinking of is a healthy response, a strength-based response to this. So we get that there is a protocol that you two have that needs to be respected, and at the same time we want to do something that encourages and is healthy for the relationship instead of shaming. So we talked about it, and one of the things that we were thinking that would be a good response is what, Jay?
Well, you want to find a strength-based, we can call it a punishment, but a consequence. And because this is a situation that is very delicate, and there's a lot of learning to be done for Steve about how the journey he's going to have to take to get through this past of abuse and what it causes, is you could do things like, one would be that he'd need to seek out a therapist and do a session or two with a therapist to understand more, or it could do online research, or could even do journaling about it. Something positive that is, yes, you're required to do this, and you might not actually want to do it, but it is going to work in a way towards making the situation better as opposed to re-traumatizing.
Yeah, I think one of the keys that is really important is looking at that there are in fact consequences for breaking the rules of what you've agreed upon, but those are consequences as opposed to punishment. And so there can be a sense of honoring that, hey, there's some work I need to do here because there was a situation, but also understanding that you were triggered in that environment, and so what you're looking for is a way to strengthen, to be able to either have those discussions, notice triggers ahead of time, any and all of those situations, being able to communicate that. And so we're looking from a strength-based place.
Right, because I think, I would tend to agree with the dom that while the safe word wasn't used, when someone's triggered, expecting them to be able to do that, if they haven't worked through how to do that, is probably unreasonable. And I wouldn't see this as a violation of the rule, because I don't think this was in Steve's control.
Right.
However, that doesn't mean it can't be used in a positive way, and if Steve needed to frame that as a punishment or consequence, then fine. If that helps him keep the protocol in place, use that, but do it in a way that it gets a positive outcome and actually helps him. Because then, if he does this work, you can get to a point where if he is triggered, if he is triggered, he still can use might be able to learn to use a safe word.
Absolutely. All right, so hope that helps you out.
Yeah, keep up the good work. It's really great to hear someone being so caring and compassionate as a dom. So thanks for listening to our column this week.
And if you have questions, comments, concerns, feel free to email us at advice@MadisonKink.com.
See you next time.
Bye.